This video is brought to you in part by Just Games Rochester, LLC, Rochester, New York's friendly neighborhood game store. With over 1,000 board game titles in stock and the largest selection of custom dice on the East Coast, Just Games Rochester is your go-to place for role-playing games, board games, card games, miniatures, and more. Check them out in the link in the description below. Hey everybody, welcome back. We got a special treat for you guys. A buddy of mine starting his D&D campaign, and he saw my previous stuff, so he swung by and dropped off this 30-piece goblin army, asked me if I could paint it for him for his campaign. Of course, I couldn't say no. More opportunities to paint, love to see it. So I have in front of you guys a 30-piece goblin army, and I've never tried to paint an entire army before, and I want to try and do it all on camera. But I think that for now, you can see that there's multiple different goblins here. There's some with bows, staffs, maces, axes. But what I think I'm going to do today is, in this video, I'm going to be painting the 6 spearmen that are right in the front there. You see the 6 with the spears. So that's what we're going to be painting today. Now, this isn't a Nolzur's Marvelous Miniature. This is the Goblin Infantry from Oathmark. So these do not come primed paint ready out of the box. So this is the first video where I will be showing you guys the priming process first. We are priming the miniatures so the paint sticks well on them and doesn't come off. So for priming, there are specific types of spray primer you can use for miniatures from vendors like the Army Painter, Vallejo, etc. But I went down to Home Depot and I have here my Rust-Oleum black and white, just a paint and primer here. That's what I'll be using today. A very good cheap alternative for you guys that don't want to invest in some of the more expensive primer. For an example, this is the primer that I used on a couple of these Stormcast Eternals, and you can see the paint staining on pretty well there. So we are going to use this primer to prime our goblins today. So what I'm going to do is I have my piece of cardboard here. They also sell specific kind of sticks for holding the miniatures out so that you can prime them effectively, but I have my piece of cardboard. As you can see, there has been some priming going on that already. I'm going to take each piece, and I have with me, let's see if we can see that right here, I have these sticky adhesives from Michaels, and I'm just putting them on the bottom of the miniature, sticking it right on the cardboard. So it's going to look something like this, with all 6 of them stuck to the cardboard, and then we will go ahead outside and we'll start the priming process. Okay, so we are outside now and we are ready to start priming our miniatures. So we have the black primer here, and we're shaking it up nice and good. Definitely want your primer to be nice and shaken up before you apply it to your miniature. A couple sprays off camera just to kind of get a feel of how the spray is going to come out, and now we can begin to start with a light dusting just across our miniatures. You don't want to apply it directly onto a miniatures. You don't want to overpaint it or overprime it and obscure any detail. So now I'm coming around to the back here, and I am giving them a light dusting on the back side as well, just to get a pretty even coat of the black primer on them. As you can see, I'm coming across the top also, and now we have a really solid coat of the black primer. So you can prime your miniatures just black, you can prime them white, or you can prime them kind of a combination, and that's what I'm going for here. So I'm grabbing my white primer now, shaking it up nice and good, make sure it's nice and shaken up, a couple test sprays, and I'll be ready to apply the white primer onto the miniatures. And what I'll be doing here is I'm just going to go a few times over the top with a light dusting. You know, keeping some black there in some spots, but also trying to get that gray color so that our paints can look really good on the model. So just one more dusting of the white, and we should have a nice kind of mixture of the black and white primer on our miniatures without obscuring any detail. If we go here, we can see the final product. Our miniatures are nice and primed with both the black and white, and now we're ready to paint. Okay, everybody, and now we are past the priming phase, so we have our 6 primed miniatures here for the Goblin Army, and we're ready to get started. And there are 6 here, so I haven't done a video where I painted more than one. So I have a guest painter joining me today. She's an actual artist, my wife. If I'm the rook, she's the queen. Welcome, Queen V. She is a graphic designer, and she's here to help me paint today. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Hi, everyone.
All right, guys, I'm going to run through kind of what we're using today. So we're both going to be using the Citadel base holders to hold our miniatures. We have a myriad of brushes. Some of them are Army Painter, Citadel. We have the detail brush from Michaels, and then we have random brushes from the basement that'll help us with our dry brushing and some washing. We have a new tool that we're using today. This is our Army Painter wet palette. So you guys saw the videos I've done before of my homemade wet palette. We have an official Army Painter wet palette that is brought to you by my local game store, Just Games Rochester. They hooked me up with this amazing wet palette, and it has definitely been a staple. Similar to getting the base, it's been it's changed the way of painting. So guys, if you're looking to get into more painting, you probably should secure yourself a solid wet palette like this one. You can check the link in the description below. It takes you right to Just Games Rochester site, help you pick one of those out. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are using a number of paints today to paint our miniatures, as we don't want them all to be the same color. So those are running across the bottom of your screen. I'm sure I just created a lot of work for myself, but those are going down the bottom of the screen. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to want to base coat all of these goblins. And the color that we're using today for the base coat is a Citadel color, is the Lauren Forest. This is going to be like a dark, kind of sickly green. So let's open this up. And I'm going to take this brush and let's grab some, should have the wet palette there on your screen. Let's kind of put that in the middle because we're going to be using a lot of this. Thanks for straightening that. Yeah, got to have it nice and straight. It's like I have 4 hands. All right. So yeah, we're going to need a lot more of that. Let me see what you got. And of course, this is, we're not doing any mixing, all right? We got a few extra colors, so this is a solid color, so we don't have to try and mix like we did in the last videos. Oh boy. All right, so first thing we want to do, let's grab our miniature. So Queen V will be painting 3, and I will be painting 3. These are primed, just like you saw outside. They have the black with the white on them. So let's start clipping them into the base here. These have like a squarish base, but the Citadel holder holds them just fine. You can see that's kind of like a makeshift base there on the bottom, but it's working. So we can grab our brush. Let's grab a little bit of this.
This brush?
Yeah, you can use that brush. It's fine. I usually go with a thicker brush when we're base coating because you're covering a lot of area, but you don't want to glob it on too much because you don't want to obscure any detail. So these guys have a lot of they have the chainmail. So we want to be able to kind of see that still. So let's just kind of put this right over the miniature, like so. Just looking to base coat the whole thing. We can base coat probably all 3 or all 6 before we move on. And we do have the trusty hairdryer if we need to speed up the process. Doesn't take much paint at all. There's a lot that comes off right on that one stroke there into the paint. And you want to try and make sure you get the underside there. There are some spots that can be easily missed. Just want to make sure we're not seeing any more gray or black. This should give it kind of like a sickly undertone too. So when we go back over with like our chainmail and our boots, we're going to see that kind of green or that darker kind of color come through. And the ovalish base will probably end up painting like a brown. So you can coat that in green now if you'd like. Or it doesn't, you know, or we can come back later with the brown. I'm just going to coat it. It's like a little army, man. This is a great color. I like it. This was the color that was requested for the orc skin. But it's pretty cool. I wish I had this green when we did that spider. This would have been the green I wanted to use. All right, so as you can see, we have one base coated goblin here. Let's bring the light over here a little bit. There we go. Should be able to see that a little better. Right there. Yeah, it looks like a little army guy. So I'm going to take this one off and set this to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to just go right on to the next one.
I'll catch up.
It's not a race. You're good. I know that you're detail oriented, so you take your time. You gonna help me paint the other 30 of these?
Sure.
With the 20, what is it, 24 after this?
Sure.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the rest of those. I might stream that. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun. It'd be different. You don't really stream a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Got to dust off the twitch.tv/Rook's table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got a little too much here around the hand and the spear. I don't want to take away the detail of the knuckles there. So just kind of going back over it a little bit before it dries too much. If it starts to dry and then you try and go back over it, you might create unnecessary ridges and edges that aren't actually part of the detail of the model, but really just what you accidentally kind of went over twice while it was drying.
Bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire.
Yeah, that's a really good first coat. I find that sometimes in my other paintings it was a little streaky, like you could tell it needed a second coat, but that's a really good covering. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It really does look like one of those little army men.
It does.
Okay. I'm just going to clean my brush of the green. Clean there. All right, and this is where I'm going to need your artistic input, because now we have to use more colors. That's where I kind of fall apart. There are a lot of ways to do it. I'm just looking at one that's unprimed, unpainted. This is a different one. But I'm thinking that the pants and boots can kind of be maybe a brown.
Mm-hmm.
The shield could be brown. There could be a lot of silver in the helmet and the weaponry. And then I think the chainmail can be, we have the Druger metal here, which is kind of that shiny black we've used. This is from the Nolzor's, was it Marvelous Pigments Underdark paint set? That kind of gives you that dark color on the chainmail with the shine, and then we can come back and maybe dry brush some white on those chainmail loops.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break out the trusty hairdryer. It says key to my heart.
Definitely wasn't once mine.
I want to make sure those are completely dry as they can be. A mistake I made early on is trying to go over with a different color while the first color was still drying, and it just creates quite a mess. So I'm going to just start putting some colors out on the palette.
Okay.
All right, you take your time with that third one. That's fine. It's looking good. So I have here the Druger metal. This is what I'm thinking for the chainmail. Put that right there on the palette. Don't have to use too much. Let's see, I got the Lich Blue. Ooh, rat skin flesh. This is like an orange we picked up. That one looks nice. Where is my rigid leather brown? Let's see. Oh, let me find it. Here we go. Rigid leather brown, also from the Underdark paint set. Let's put a little of that over here. That's what I'm thinking some of the pants can be. Okay. Not too dark. And then check this out. What do you think about this? This is the Rakarth flesh. This could be maybe to accent some of the things on the boots here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a little bit of this and kind of place it there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's just put a little bit there for now. Yeah, look at that. Really thins it out pretty well. So we don't have to go at the same, we don't have to do the same thing at the same time.
Okay.
I'm usually all over the place, as people may have found out. So I'm just going to pick up, I don't know, my first one. Pop it back in.
Might need that blow dryer a little bit.
Sure.
Whoa.
You probably want to use the first setting. All right, all of our guys are green and dry, and there's another paint actually. I think I want to use. We have the Underdark Gray here, which might help us for the helmet and maybe the tip of the spear. But also pick this up. This is a dark horse. Have no idea what's going to happen with this one. This is a Turbo Dork Tin Star Metallic Gray, which it looks like it's going to be really shiny. It's a metallic paint, so maybe we could use that as well. So I think the first thing I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to dip into the brown, and I'm going to paint the pants, boots, and the buckler. And then it looks like he's got kind of like a tunic coming off here, and then maybe like a bare forearm, and then you can see there's a cufflink. So the skin will keep that same color. We don't have to move that. Yeah, so let's start with the brown. Let's dip into our rigid leather brown. Let's just look at these pants here. Maybe the shoes I'll come back over with the...
Am I allowed to differ from you?
Yeah, of course. Do whatever you want.
Right.
She's not going to tell me what she's doing. It's going to be so amazing.
We'll see about that.
You starting with the Druger metal on the chainmail.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. How's it looking with the green coming through?
I actually really like it.
Do you? Good.
Yeah.
The green's still kind of poking through on my my pants here. I think in the camera it looks pretty good. But in person, you can kind of see a little bit of the green. But I actually like that because it kind of looks like maybe he was trudging through something.
What are you hmming?
Well, it looks like there are a couple parts under here that I didn't catch with the green. So I might have to go back there. But also just trying to make this shoulder look good. Yeah. Let me get the underarm.
I think I missed that too, actually.
Right? It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to catch, you know? Sometimes you're like really into the detail and then you realize, oh shoot, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going back to the green really quick just to touch up. But my, got the brown shield and tunic. It's looking pretty good. How's your armor coming along?
I think it looks pretty nice.
That looks nice, yeah. Yeah, even like, check it out, like under here, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
I mean, you'll be going over that with the black, so you don't have, it doesn't have to be perfect, but don't want to see any gray. Yeah. Yeah, like I missed his neck, and his neck is definitely going to stay green, so we wanted that to happen. Okay, I'm dipping into the Druger metal as well. And I'm going to start painting my guy's chainmail. He's got this cape here on the back too. It looks like he's got a belt. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I actually almost like the cape that green.
Yeah.
You know? It actually looks kind of good. Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna blend together though.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the helmet will be like
Like a silver.
like a silver or light brown. So what I'm thinking about doing next, just so I can kind of show you my thoughts. And if this doesn't look good, then we know for the next one. But let's get into our Rakarth flesh. Okay. Stay with me. Check this out. All right, Rakarth flesh right here, and I'm thinking that's going to be the belt. And there's like this little satchel thing right here.
Yeah. I painted mine brown, but
I'm going to paint mine this fleshy color. Right there. All right, like that. And then maybe around the belt. And then I'm thinking that this guy's helmet.
the horns.
No, I think the horns are going to be silver, but I think that the helmet, or you know what? Maybe the cape. What if the cape was this color, and then the helmet was silver? Let's try with the cape this color. What do you think of that?
That's not bad.
Right? Okay. So
Can I be daring and do my cape a different color?
sure. What color are you gonna use?
I think I want to use like red.
You want to use red? Oh yeah, that's a good color. That's I think I want to do one of mine red too. You want to use here? This is the succubus red.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's put that on the palette. It's a little bright. Actually, well, let's see how it comes out. Let's put that over here. Yeah, that's like a pink.
It's very bright.
It's very bright.
Am I allowed to mix?
Yeah, of course. What do you think is the best to mix with that?
Probably brown to tone it down.
Probably a brown. All right. Let's put a little
Well,
rigid.
here, why don't we just take some of that?
Yeah, sure. Lift some of that brown and put it right there in the red.
Or I was thinking. Doing this.
Yeah. Especially because you don't need that much.
Right.
Yeah, a little more red there. Nice. That's very nice and dark.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. It tones it down a little bit.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think in every video that I've done so far, I have tried to mix at one point, and it has been interesting. So good to know that we have a professional here today.
I don't know about that. It's a little bit of.
You know what else I'm gonna do with this flesh is the cufflinks. Right there, the cufflinks. Well, actually, cufflink. Just the one on the. It's got a bracelet here on this this arm, and then the rest of the arm is going to be his green. So we just need that kind of differentiation there. That there's the bracelet. Looking good. Still seeing the green kind of poke through on some of the lighter ones, but just a couple of coats after drying will fix that. And then I want this metal to dry a little more. Maybe I want that belt to be darker. So I'm gonna wash this. Oh, that's a nice red.
No. What do you do if you accidentally get paint on his face?
You can paint over it again with green, or you can try and lift it off like that. You'll probably have to go back just and touch up just a little bit.
Yeah.
The paint, surprisingly, like you can still see the facial features very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at that. All right, so I'm going to break out the Underdark Gray, which is right here. And this is what I'm going to use for the helmet and the top of the buckler. And I'm just going to put a little Underdark Gray right here. Okay, that's the Underdark Gray. Ooh, maybe just a tad more. And then I'm dying to know.
I want to know.
I want to know what this looks like. Yeah, let's open this up. This looks like this might be a little too anime for our army.
Not necessarily.
Oh, it's coming out. It's just like, wow. Oh no. Oh.
Okay, well, we're using it now.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Oh no. Oh no, not on your shirt. It's on my laptop too. Wow. All right. It really wanted to know what, and there's still more in here. Okay, so that is, wow, that is silver, huh?
Yeah, it is.
I think, okay. So we have a little bit of our silver there on the palette.
and on our hands.
I'm just going to take just right there, just a little, just a little bit. And what does this look like on like the tip of the spear? Oh, wow. This looks like something from Claire's.
Okay, so then here's my thoughts. Can you get that gray again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It did kind of annihilate that
Kind
gray.
of
didn't it?
annihilated
All right.
it.
Here's the Underdark gray.
Okay.
Wow, that is everywhere. Is it even worth trying to scoop back into the...
Well, the issue is that you had
it's
the
oh,
gray under it. You
It's
know?
wait, where is the there was an eyedropper piece to this. Where is it?
It might be under that.
All right.
I think it is, to be honest.
Okay. So it's a wet palette, so it should stay wet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Just Games Rochester. But let's just try and work around the mess that we made. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. That is not that is very sparkly, like
So,
we're
okay,
going
so
on
I actually have an idea.
Sure.
So what if, I don't know, this is, just hear me out. I don't know if this is going to work at all.
It's everywhere. Oh god, it's everywhere.
So, we do,
Uh-huh.
my head in the way.
I'm listening.
We do this silvery, sparkly color.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking we'll dry it. And then go back over it with the gray.
Okay.
Because then some of this might poke through a little bit.
And give it that shine.
And give it the shine without being like Claire's.
Like Claire's, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get a free ear piercing with buying that paint. Get out of here.
And let me.
All right, so we got our sparkly color dry.
Yeah.
And now go back over it with the gray.
Yeah.
Hey, look at
It
that.
tones it down a little bit.
Yeah, it does. That looks nice.
So that it still shows through a little, but it looks a little bit more warm rather than brand sparkly new.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take a little more of... Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to finish my... It almost looks like you wrapped it in tin foil, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sparkly tinfoil.
But there you go. Yeah, show that up again.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It almost looks. It looks like it's been like used. You know.
Yeah.
Because there's almost a little bit of the brown tone in there too. Yeah. I wanted the tip of my buckler to be this color. And let's go helmet. Let's go helmet. He's got a tinfoil hat. It's like he's a doomsday prepper. Oh, he's got a dagger too down here. I might actually leave that on the dagger. Like as is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we almost have one model done, which means that the next two are going to be, we might do a little variation, but I'm going to get some of the Racker's flesh going around the sparkly gray. And let's grab this belt here. I think this one's almost done. But I do want to go back. I'm going to go back through with the brown and just kind of touch up some of this here, another layer.
So I know that you dry brush at the end. Do you go back and do like little tiny highlights?
Yeah, you can do either one. Those are
Okay.
both excellent forms of highlighting. Yeah, like an example is, yeah, you go into the record flesh, and then like if I dipped into a little bit of this, and then I just kind of went down to the shoes here, and I
Right.
just okay. I think my sparkly gray has dried. Actually, that when it dries, it doesn't look that bad, but
It
yeah, you can
doesn't.
kind of see there. The camera's struggling to figure out which one of us to focus on. All right, this is the gray, right? Yeah, let's just go back over. And like not even trying to cover the whole thing, just swiping.
See, and you're good because you actually waited for it to dry, and I totally forgot.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't think it's too bad though.
The only thing you want to avoid is it making any weird texture, but I think that
Yeah, I think it's not bad.
I decided to just make my shoes the flesh color. What started was a highlight is now the shoe. Well, it's because I want them to be just slightly different than the pants. All right, I'm calling this one my first guy.
Okay.
Right here, everybody. Oh, it likes yours better. There we go. Hope that light's good enough there. All right, that's guy number one. So now I'm gonna just put him over here, and we might spice up that that base a little more, depending on what kind of shrubbery and stuff we want later. But for now, the painting looks good.
Okay, what do you think?
That's looking good. I like that crimson you got on the cloak there. And you know what we can do? Let's go back. If we want to do dry brushing, let's do that all at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, I'm going to start on my second guy. And now that I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, maybe I might be able to kind of speed through it a little better. So I'm going to start this one the way you did with the Drugger metal on the chainmail.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely, there's a ton of surface area to cover on that one.
There's a lot to cover, and it's like one of the darker things. So I feel like it's easier sometimes to cover.
Yeah, it looks like you made a lot of progress.
Are we sure they're wearing pants?
Yeah, because there's like, can't you see that? You can see the kind of the wrinkles in the.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
you see the
I can
wrinkles
some of
there.
that, yeah.
I mean, we could paint them with baggy, muscular legs. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be pretty.
Maybe
funny.
just one. I mean, I think if I painted the same thing like 10 times, I would go insane. So we're gonna see some blue armor here eventually.
Yes.
Luckily, we're just painting the 6 today.
I can imagine though, by painting them over and over again, you start to get faster at it.
Yeah, you definitely get faster as you go. Yeah, like those, this brown didn't take me much time at all this time. All right, I'm going for your crimson. I'm going for your crimson for my cape.
Right.
This is a great color. This is a really great color you made. It's awesome looking.
Thanks.
Put that right on the cape here. It's like a dark pinkish. Maybe some of these guys just got fashionable and bought these at one town over.
Very fashionable.
Shopkeepers sell the goblins? Probably not. They probably don't.
I don't think so. I feel like they
They-
would have to like.
They must have taken them off somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Royal Guard wears this red.
Do I want to try the blue?
Yeah, do it. You want to, so there's the Lich blue, and then there's the Xanathar blue we have, that was the bright blue color you saw the giant spider was.
Bright.
Yeah, that's bright. That's like a
bright.
This is, even the Lich blue is just a little bright. It's like it's very traditional blue. So it's totally up to you. But I like this Crimson Cape.
I feel like your Crimson Cape came out like brighter than mine. Like,
yeah,
better.
I think that it might be, you might have been in the initial mix. Maybe it had a little more brown. I don't know. But I actually like it. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to use it for my belt and my waist stuff.
I like it. I kind of want to repaint this guy's cape.
Go over it with another coat.
And
It'll definitely pop. Yeah, he's cute.
He is a goblin.
All right. I keep seeing chainmail spots that need touching up. So let's grab a little more Druger metal. And just right here under the pants, so right where the leg is there. Kind of coming down the back here. A little bit of the arms here. And actually, it kind of looks like, so on the last one, I painted like a brown tunic coming out of the shoulder, but I'm painting this one the whole thing. All the chainmail black. Fun fact about these were, unlike the Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures that come kind of together, these actually came in sprues. So these were all assembled before they came to us, which thank goodness. Was not ready to. But it's cool because they got, here, I'll show you a couple sprues. They have all these additional pieces, right? So all the goblins, I mean, they could all be wearing or wielding bows, all be wielding the scimitars. So we have like a few with the spears, a few with the bows. Let's dip lightly into our tin mess, into our aluminum foil. Let's get that spear tip with this one. Maybe this guy's like brand new, like he hasn't seen battle yet, you know? So maybe his spear's like super shiny and polished.
Do you think goblins polish their armor?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, probably not. Probably not. I don't know, maybe this guy, like, maybe it was like so this guy just recently, like, looted a royal guard, right? Where everything was polished and ready to go, and the cape, and the... Although I don't know why you would have a spear like this. Never mind. We are keeping our tinfoil hat. I think that I'm painting the tinfoil hat, and I'm keeping it on this one.
Yeah.
Because it dries, you know, it dries well enough. How's your blue looking? Oh, you got like
It's a little bit darker greenish blue, but I think I'm going to go back over it with the brighter. Just like a little bit.
That's pretty cool looking.
To make it pop a little bit more. I just didn't want it to be like super bright right off the bat.
Yeah, you always want to start like with a dark foundation, so then you can kind of build on it. Okay, mine's looking good. I think I almost got the second one done here.
Yeah.
Basically looks the same as the first one, only instead of the flesh, we got the crimson there. That looks nice. That's much better. Just going to go over my base a little more with the brown. And I might just kind of spill it out onto the square here too. We can paint the base better when it's outside of the holder. And I like that these kind of cutout bases are like squares, so there is room for shrubbery and things like that. Okay, let's make this guy a little wild. But I do like the, let's not deviate from the chainmail metal. That's a great foundation. Just put a little more on the palette there. And we'll dip right into it. Spin around here, nice and thin. All right. Yeah, don't want to obscure kind of the chainmail rings here. How's your, let's see your blue cape.
You want to see?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. Show it up. All right. Here, let me see. That's pretty cool. That is
That's all right. I like the red better.
You like the red? Yeah. I know he's a bad guy, right? So red maybe makes more sense.
Yeah.
But the blue is cool. I mean, these guys are looting all sorts of bodies. So I thought I was going crazy because my first guy was 1 chainmail sleeve and 1 regular sleeve. Then my second guy was 2 chainmail sleeve.
Yeah.
And now this guy's 1 chainmail sleeve, 1 regular sleeve. So I am not crazy.
You're not crazy. I had the same.
That's kind of cool. Just those subtle variations. Okay. Chainmail on that guy. Good. What color is his tunic and pants?
I don't know.
You know what? What other colors do we have? Yeah, I'm going to stick with what we have here. But I might do a brighter... I might do crimson shirt. Brighter. Let's mix a little bit more in here. Just lift in a little bit more. Let's make it nice and not too bright. Yeah, the brown was giving me a headache. Let's go over here. Let's give him, oh yeah, these are going to be pink pants. This guy's wearing pink.
It looks more reddish.
It does look more reddish.
Oh, maybe not in that angle.
In the camera, it looks pretty good. It looks reddish. Maybe pinkish.
That's all right. Goblins can wear pink too.
Let's go. This guy has different.
Different?
This guy has different weaponry.
Guy has
Ooh.
different weaponry.
This guy's gonna have.
Marriage is what brings us together today.
This guy's gonna have an all. Did you have gray? Oh, we need more gray.
We need a little bit more
Underdark
gray.
gray. Underdark gray. Yeah, this guy's gonna have an all silver spear and shield. And I think that the middle of the buckler is gonna be black this time. I don't know. Let's just see what that looks like.
Yeah.
I'll paint the whole thing gray. Yeah, these guys raided some good stuff, and they got silver spears too. So what if I do this backwards? What if I start with the gray, and then I like put flits of the silver? Yeah. I need to wait for it to dry. I always get too excited though. I don't want to wait.
I know.
Dagger will keep the silver color, or the shiny color. Going to the Rack-Earth Flesh for this tertiary color. Going to try and stay away from the brown entirely this time. Put a little more on the palette. Okay. And the Rack-Earth Flesh is going to be our shoes and our belt.
Move back a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Am I in your way?
Yeah.
Oop, that was a little tacky right there. Got a little glob on the... Luckily, it was just a shoe. And I guess this base is going to be this tan, too. That's fine. It's a really solid color. The Citadel colors are really nice.
Which one is that one?
That's the one where it's the pot, as opposed to the eyedropper. Yeah.
Yes, we all saw what happens when Rook handles the eyedropper.
Let's do, oh man. Let's do this color for the helmet too. Why not? Taking a crazy chance.
Why not?
All right, let's get shiny. A little bit of this shiny silver here, just a touch. And what if I just like, so I'm trying to be as gentle as possible, but what if I just kind of like, all the way down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just light's kind of coming over here. Like, what about that? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I would try and blend a little bit.
You want to blend
I
more?
would go back, yeah.
Back to the gray?
Or like just like kind of almost dry brush a little bit. So like wipe off your brush and then just go back over and try and... Although I don't know if that's going to make it...
You know what I should have done? I think I should dry brush this altogether.
Yeah.
Or let me... So now I have wet shiny on there. So let me go back to the gray and see what happens when I try and just sort of run with it.
Yeah.
Just flitting it back and forth, right? Little strokes. Yeah. So we are picking up a little bit of our shiny, but we're also applying the gray and we are blending. All right.
Because there's nothing that says that you have to blend everything on the wet palette. You can also kind of blend a little.
Who would have thought we can blend it on the model? That's true. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. So it's like, it's our Underdark Gray. Let's get that in focus. There we go. But, hello. There we go. Our Underdark Gray, but you can see some shine there. That's cool. And this one's just about done. The fleshy in quite a few places. Let's grab a little more metal, and I'm just going to dot right here, the top of this. Oh yeah, and what color is my cloak going to be this time?
I did red again. I feel like I was definitely not going to do red, but then I ended up doing red.
What do you think about brown? Is that too much? Is there too much going on? The red kind of throws it out. What if it was red also?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Could do red also, yeah.
All right. Let's make it all red. Or what if it's lighter? Let me grab some of this and kind of mix it into kind of our darker spot. I don't think we were using just the Succubus red. So I'm just grabbing a lot of it, putting it over here, trying to catch any other brown or sort of darker piece we had here. And let's go to the cape. You guys done already?
I think so.
Cool, let me finish up my cape, and then we can do some washing and some dry brushing.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. All right, that is my third little foot soldier. Cool. So next thing we want to do is we want to make sure these are all pretty dry before we do any washing. You think washing first, dry brushing first? I think we want to wash first. Let's wash first. So let's get all of our guys. All right, these guys should be dry. Okay, so we have all of our guys. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to pop the camera off here, okay? Bear with me. And we have all of our guys. Wow, they all look pretty different. That's pretty cool. There's a bug.
Buggy.
All right, pop this back on the tripod here. Oh, there we go. All right, let's start washing. Okay, that should be pretty dry. So now let's go ahead and apply our washes. These ones were mine. Is this dry? That'll tell us, yeah. All right, so we have a few washes here, and I plan on using just a bunch, and let's see what works. Some that I picked out here, we have Military Shader. These are from the Army Painter Quick Shade Set. Military Shader, Dark Tone, Strong Tone. And then I also have the Citadel's Reichland Flesh Shade, which is a pretty popular shade that's used. So we can try all of these really and see what works. I mean, depending on what color combinations we have, maybe some work better than others. I think that because the base coat's green, maybe the Military Shader might work here. So I'm going to start with that if you want to try that too.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Which one did I grab? Okay, I grabbed my basic kind of like brown and black metal guy. You got your blue cape?
Got my blue cape guy.
All right, so let's put a little bit of this Military Shader over here. Very wet. Very wet.
Okay.
I would recommend using yeah, you can use that brush actually. I'm going to use this flat brush, this small flat brush. And what we're going to do, there are a couple ways you can do this. You can kind of just slather it all over the model, or you can do it a little more intricately. But I usually apply it very liberally, and then it stays wet for a while, so you can kind of just move it around how you want it. Dab into the Military Shader. And I'm just going to start putting this all over the model. And what it's doing is it's naturally finding the shadow. How's that looking for you? Yeah, my guy looks just a little dirtier, you know?
Yeah.
Like kind of a good
okay,
dirtier, yeah. I'm gonna move on to my next one. This one's got the brown in it too, so I think I'm gonna use a strong tone here because I used a lot of brown. So I am just gonna rinse my washing brush and let's see what the strong tone looks like. Put that right there on the palette. Another good thing about this wet palette, guys, is that it really has a lot of space, including, you know, any messes that you might make along the way. I'm going to dip into the strong tone for this one. You don't have to use the same one.
I know, I kind of
This
want
one
to see
definitely
what it
looks,
like,
this one looks a little darker, so you got to be careful with some of the darker ones. Let's just apply this.
So that one I actually kind of really like on the chainmail.
Yeah.
It makes the chainmail like kind of pop a little bit.
Yeah.
Like darkens it and like fills in some of the...
Yeah, it kind of finds the natural shadow. It definitely gives them like a more sinister look.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference. Like if you look here, I'm gonna try and show this to you guys. Between here, it's focusing in on you really quick. Between washed, unwashed, you can kind of see exactly the difference. You know, see how this is a little duller, and this kind of finds that natural shadow and really kind of brings a lot of the model out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the strong tone there, but this guy is wearing like red. Yeah, I might have a red one. Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
Okay, so in the interest of learning, you know, our washes, I have the red tone, also from the Army Painter Quick Shade set. And where are we going to put this one? Let's put this one right here. Wow, that is dark. That is dark. Dip right into that. Oh yeah, you can really see the red on it. You can see the red on it for sure. That actually might look really nice on the chainmail. Just the kind of crimson. You know, that first stroke is always like, you gotta be careful where you put it, because
Yeah.
it's gonna attack that spot. These guys are looking good.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another round of blow drying, and then let's see if we want to dry brush some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are these dry enough?
probably. They should, so the wash usually makes them keep that kind of look, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So
Cool.
these are dry.
Cool.
We have a dry boys. So let's do some dry brushing. And this is some, you know, this can go, you do this a little too much and all of a sudden things
I
can go
know.
sideways.
It's
So
scary.
we have our matte white. Okay, put that, our last color that we should be using for the evening. What a palette. Wow, what a palette. All right, so I personally like to use these for the dry brushing.
Okay.
These are nice and dry. Dip it into the matte white. And then let's just get it all pretty much off the brush. There should be just a little bit left on the brush. And then we take our model. I'm going pro. I'm not even using the base
okay.
here. And let's just, you also got to find your light source. This actually kind of silver, almost kind of silvered a little bit there.
Yeah.
What do you got?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost like a silver. It almost looks like a well-worn armor that's been rusted. You see the silver come out. Look at that. That's pretty cool. This is actually coming out really nice. I like that. Not even getting more paint on my brush. Same brush. Yeah. Don't want to overdo it. I always think I need one more stroke and there might be too many. All right. I'm calling my guys good before I'm quitting while I'm ahead. All right, guys, this is the final product. Our 6 little goblin foot soldiers. And our first step towards building and painting this 30-piece army. I have the camera right here. Here are my guys, right? And then here are Queen these guys. Comment below which one you like better. That's a good idea, right?
No
And
competition here. Yeah.
And then, hey, guess what? We got all these we're still going to paint. So, I don't know. Might stream that. Might do more videos. I think streaming it would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It'd just be like a 6-hour stream just trying to get them all done. That'll be at twitch.tv/rookstable if I decide to do that. So check that out. But I think we're good. right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. Like I said, this video was brought to you in part by Just Games Rochester that hooked us up with that wet palette. So props to them. That link's in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to hit the like button. And of course, subscribe for more. Thanks. I'll catch you next time.